Today we're at Kew Gardens, let's take a walk around. So over there is the Victoria Gate, the entrance from Kew Gardens London Underground station. Here is a big map, just as you walk down. You see we are here, Victoria Gate was there, and we're now going to head off just down here, having a look at what's down here. And here is a wild rose collection. If you want to see some information about wild roses, pause the video now. And we're just going to have a walk around the wild rose garden. You see some pink roses over there, with a big tower over there. And to the left, some more lavenders, and some more plants in the Royal Botanic Garden Kew. And this tree, I think, might be an Indian bean tree, but it says what it is on it, so I'm just going to have a quick look. Indian bean tree. I was correct. You can tell from its, well, I'll show you. You can tell that it's an Indian bean tree from this little green bit here. And here, you can see, is a lovely butterfly. I'm surprised I can get such a good close-up shot of it. It's looking majestic in the sun. I'm not entirely sure what type of butterfly it is, but if you know, let me know down in the comments. Orangey and red with some brown. And you can tell from looking around this area here that there are so many different types of roses. There's some pine roses, dog roses, downy roses, Rosa galluscui, all very interesting, and they smell lovely around here. It's a really nice scented area. The entrance is just over there. We've walked down here, and now we're just looking at the roses. And something I did not know is that wild roses actually born fruit. This is called a rose hip, and it's a fruit after the roses in bloom. And then here you can see some more common types of roses, the types that you might get in a garden, just over there. Then around here, it's a lovely arch looking up with a tulip on as we head into the glasshouse. And we are now in the glasshouse. It is very warm in here. Looking at some of these plants. This looks like a palm tree. Some beautiful plants. This is the African section. Some beautiful palm trees up there. I think that's some water. So this is the palm house. I think some of the plants are getting a bit of a water, but you can see palm trees and palm plants. And for those of you who didn't know, Arabica coffee is one of the most cultivated coffee types. And you can see this is what one of the Arabica trees look like. So here is the access to the balcony. I was not aware that this was here. You can walk up the glass house, which is separated into continents, so African palms, American palms, Europe palms, Asia palms. Really interesting as we're just walking up this balcony, or to the balcony rather, which is really, really high up. And this is the view from the top. It's absolutely sweltering up here. You can see how some of the trees are growing higher than others to try and reach the sunlight. It's a lovely view at the top of some of these rare species. And down there you can see the humidity being added to the air. Now we're just walking down the staircase. It's getting really warm up here, so we're going to come back another day when it's slightly cooler and have more of a look around. Kew Gardens are also renovating parts of their glass houses, including the palm glass house. So if you come, you'll be able to see patches which seem a little bare, like over there in the Africa area. But they're working hard to get them back to their usual standards, brimming with palms. And this pot plant arrived at Kew in 1775, and this sign is talking about how there are lots of pots as they're regenerating the area. So walking down here alongside the river and the beautiful flowers, you can see all these structures and the statues, including the white greyhounds of Richmond and several of what look like dragons. So as I said earlier, this glasshouse is going to be refurbished next year, and you can see just from the outside how huge it is. So I'll be interested to come back later to see how the regeneration is getting on. And just over there you can see some geese having a peck at the grass, enjoying their time on the land next to the lake. And this section of path just down here is the Great Boardwalk, and we are attempting to find the Princess of Wales Conservatory and the Hive. There's also a land train that comes around here. We just saw it pass us. And there's also a Tom Gates and Henry Moore exhibition event going on this summer. some magnificent topiary there to create a pyramid as we're still walking through the Great Boardwalk. I was just saying how bees must love it there. They must love to come to Kew Gardens on holiday. And up there is the Hive, and more on that later. And this building here is the Orangery. It's an absolutely huge cafe, eating area. There's some outdoor and indoor seating. And you can see a Henry Moore statue just there. And there's some crows loving this grass. Around the trees. Feels like a nice secluded area over here. Nice to sit and eat with food from the Orangery. And this is what we've done on the map. So we started at Victoria Gate, we walked up here, then we went along here to the Palm House. And after the Palm House we walked up down the Boardwalk, and now we are just here at the Hive. And then just walking down here, you can see some of the lovely plants here. And I'm feeling a little bit warm, so I'm just going to cool off here. Oh yes, I am getting wet. Oh, blimey, I am getting wet. Oh, that's strange. You can see how they're watering the plants over here. It's landing on the trees. It looks really lovely around here, especially with the water. Oh, I'm getting wet, I'm getting wet, I'm getting wet. Really lovely area, especially with the water, because it makes all the colours really vibrant. And as we walk into the carbon zone, you can see that there's a wonderful structure just there, and a water refill station just behind us. And now we've taken advantage of the shade and we're eating our lunch just here underneath the carbon structure. So as we are still in the carbon garden, you can see some beautiful red, yellow, orange and red plants and flowers growing really nicely, attracting bees and other types of wildlife. And here are some binoculars where if you look through, you can see it tells you all about the carbon cycle in there. And this entire area is dedicated to insects and wildlife. You can hear some dragonflies in the grass, and over there you'll be able to see a little bug hotel. And here is another bug hotel. You can see there's some eco-friendly wood in there, filled with leaves and some more wood. Just over there is the Princess of Wales Conservatory, which we will be heading to next. And here, just outside the Princess of Wales Conservatory, you can see a little pond with lots of different species of water lilies. I don't remember whether I showed you this earlier, but the water lily house is being refurbished, so they don't have any water lilies on show in there. However, there is some lovely water lilies. You can see, it still tells you the type. Beautiful water lilies. And in we go to the Princess of Wales Conservatory. Temperate displays in here. As you can see, the temperature difference is really, really big. See, big leaves, beautiful plants. As we walk in to the Princess of Wales Conservatory. And I'm just sitting down on a bench. And over here, you can see there's another pond. And did you know there are about 11 different climates here at Kew Gardens? The golden fuchsia and some begonias. And this is now a different climate. We've gone from the temperate displays to the tropical ferns. These ferns are looking absolutely fantastic today. Ferns are very prehistoric. You can see over here all the interesting plants thriving in this tropical condition, and you can feel that it's very, very tropical. Through here to the tropical orchids. Walking up these stairs, you can see that there is a tropical orchid just up there. That's magnificent. We're going to help them grow up there. It's absolutely fantastic. And straight on here, Queen of the Angraecums, Angria mangadalagae, native to Madagascar. And here is another look at one of the plants that looks really spectacular. You can really see how different and unique they look to other types of plants. And then behind glass, you can see some other types of plants, such as dendrobiums and encilias. And now we're in the temperate orchid zone. You can see that in the last room, we were in the tropical orchid zone, and here, we're in the temperate orchid zone. So it's really interesting to see how the same plants can survive and be different in different environments. And at various points around Kew Gardens, they have Kew highlights for a scented experience. This plant, let's have a sniff. Ooh, what do I think? Chocolate, spice or vanilla? I think chocolate. It smells quite chocolatey. And this area over here is the tropical rainforest. I love the tropical rainforest. I'd love to visit a rainforest. See all the plants, all the greenery, all the moisture. Excellent. And up the stairs we go to see some more tropical rainforest. I just can't get over how beautiful this tropical rainforest is. I'd absolutely love to go to Brazil and visit the Amazon rainforest. Some plants growing up the railings. And that plant just down there is the world's smallest water lily, would you believe it? See some lovely fish, all of which are still in this tropical rainforest section. And we went from tiny water lilies to huge water lilies. These are really big water lilies. And then in this section of the Princess of Wales Conservatory is the temperate carnivorous plants. Plants such as, well, this plant originates in Florida and is the Saracini rubra subsgulfensis. Very interesting. Picture perfect. Ba-bunch. And here are some Venus flytraps. Some absolutely excellent plants which entice flies and other insects in, and then they snap them and they eat them. And over here, some similar types of plants, where there's water at the bottom, an insect falls in and drowns, ready to be eaten. Then over here, a note from the horticultural team is that they don't feed the plants because they love the insects through the open windows, which makes sense given that all these plants are designed to gobble up little insects. And this is the arid section of the Princess of Wales glasshouse. You can see this is a cactus with spiky things on it. Don't touch them. They're designed with spike things because in an arid environment, insects will want to nibble their way through, or foxes or any types of animals. They want to nibble their way through the outside and get to the water, but these spikes won't let them. These plants look like pumpkins. That's quite funny actually. Then lots of succulents which don't need much water. Some more cactus, or lots of cacti. Succulents down there. Very interesting. And this here is a very tall cactus. There are some notes from the horticultural team talking about how a certain type of cactus can take lots of time to mature and it can only flower once. And over here, it's talking about the fluffy growth on cacti, which is called a cephalium, and it's where the flowers are developing. So if you ever see fluffiness on a cactus, like just up there, know that it's helping the flowers develop. Some more huge plants with some spikes. And here is a time capsule that was buried here by David Attenborough on the 22nd of March 1985, when this glass house opened. You might not be able to tell it, but these plants are actually not a stone. They're plants. They design themselves to look like stones. Very interesting camouflage technique. Very good to look at. However tempting it is to high-five this, don't. It's very spiky. And we've just exited the absolutely gargantuan and very impressive Princess of Wales Glasshouse. It was really interesting to see. I didn't expect it to have so many different climates in there. It's really interesting to see. Makes me really want to go to Brazil. And here is a sculpture featuring some feet, some hands, some books, some cogwheels, and all sorts of things. And you can see the artist's signature there. And this was created and donated by Sir Eduardo Paolozzi in 1998. I'm now going to take a walk through here, looking at this intertwined wood and stems. That's very impressive. So now I'm met with a nice shaded area with a wheelbarrow there, with a huge tree there, and a grassy route, for which I can take several different routes around. I'm going to go this way. Now leaving that little route, we're now going to head towards the Hive. And walking down here is really nice as well. Every part of Kew Gardens that we've been to today has just been absolutely fantastic. Smelled really nice, seen wonderful wildlife. It's just been really beautiful overall. It's all being very well maintained. Some of it's being renovated. You can see wheelbarrows all over the place. Staff and gardeners working really hard. Friendly staff. Nice community feel. It's lovely. And this is the rock garden. The rock garden, the rock garden, the rock garden. Never been to the rock garden before. Ooh, it looks really nice. Yeah, it looks really nice, this does. Full of rocks. And I suppose, what was I expecting? It is called the rock garden. Lots of different beds and different plants that like to live near rocks. This kind of reminds me of a mountain in Wales. Just hiking up it in the summer's sun with plants and rocks surrounding you. So there's a little rock archway underneath here, which I'm interested to walk through. Ooh, rocks. Through here. Yeah, really lovely rock garden. The Cascade and North American section of the rock garden was opened by His Royal Highness, or Her Royal Highness, the Duke of Kent, on the 26th of April 1994. And in here are some more rocks, as you can see here. And this here is a strawberry tree which offers year-round support for insects and other types of creatures wanting to get some food. And at last we've managed to find the Hive. Don't go in the little entrance back there because it's a dead end. I got caught out by that. I feel a little bit silly. And here it is in all of its glory. The Hive. You can actually walk up into it. Let's go. Here we go now, into the Hive. Another World Environment Day time capsule as you're going into the Hive. Some very dramatic music. As you look round and see the metal bars encompassing you like a hive. I can only imagine how spectacular this would look on a cold winter's night with all the lights in the dark. And that was all to teach you about good vibrations. If you'd like some more information about good vibrations, pause the video here. We are now heading down towards the Treetop Walkway, somewhere over there, and let's do it. And over there, in the distance, is another one of Henry Moore's sculptures for this exhibition here at the Kew Botanical Gardens.
It is inspired by something real, but by creating it in a simpler form, it becomes abstract. abstract is a word that can be...
And here we are. We have finally made it to the Treetop Walk. You can see it's a big metal structure up where you can view the huge trees of Kew Gardens as we are going to take a walk up the stairs and along that path up there. And we've now made it to the top of the Treetops Walk. Very high up. Very interesting. As this Treetop Walk is designed, so you can see the top of the trees here at Kew, so you can better appreciate the nature, better understand how this is adapted to help the environment, the carbon cycle, and things like that. And this is absolutely marvellous. You can see the skyline of London over there, featuring the BT Tower, and as you look over the edge, you really appreciate how high up we are. And as I say, you can clearly see the leaves at the top of a huge tree. And for the views, we're going to get the lift down just to see what the views are like from the side of the lift. Let's go. Ground floor, doors closing as we're going down in the lift. That was excellent. I really enjoyed that Treetop Walk. It's really high up. Whee! Ground floor, here we go. We're now entering the Temperate House. And this Victorian glass house through here. Thank you. This glass house is absolutely fantastic. It is really spectacular. See these yellow plants over here? And over here you can see some statues. This is a shepherd statue. And you can see at the top there, there's a little walkway with some flowers climbing up that pillow. Woolly jelly palm, the coconut's cousin, and various other scientific pieces of information. And here is the way up to the balcony. Just like with the first glass house we went into, the palm house, this also has a balcony, so you can see the plants from the top. Here we are. It is certainly warm up here. You can see this place overlooks some excellent vegetation and all the magnificent temperate plants. And Kew Gardens does have free Wi-Fi. It's called Kew Visitors. I don't think you need a password, but check that either on the website or upon entry. This is the way down now from the balcony as we're going to walk down the spiral staircase back down to the ground floor. We're now back at ground floor, and now I'm just stopping for a snack outside the Japanese gardens. See signs saying please do not walk on the gravel, and on the gravel there's various different types of plants and flowers attracting wildlife. The giant pagoda is over there, which is a huge structure with dragons all around it. If anyone in the comments knows how many dragons there are on the giant pagoda, let me know and I'll confirm whether you're correct or not. And with that, our day out at Kew Gardens has come to a close. I've really enjoyed getting back to Kew. I haven't been at Kew since 2018, I'd say, so it's really nice to come back and see some of the exhibitions. I'm looking forward to coming back later in the summer and then next year to see how some of the glass houses, such as the Water Lily House, is getting on. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I shall catch you on the next video. Until then, Mikun Monster out. Bye.